Hey, what is going on, guys? Kova here, and welcome back to another edition of Transfer Gossip. Probably going to be coming out like pretty much every 2 days or so, depending on how many rumours going on. Obviously, it's the summer, football's over basically, like there's not really much on. So it's more about the transfer rumours and what teams are going to potentially sign players and stuff like that. So it could be an absolutely huge couple of months in terms of videos for this channel. So make sure you do subscribe if you are new around here, and I will crack on with it anyway. So we're starting off with Pickford, obviously. He's going to be probably getting linked for a few times with many different clubs. I think he will appear in videos again still. The latest one that I've noticed is West Ham are interested. Now, when Pickford originally was getting linked to the move away, basically when Sunderland actually went down, West Ham was kind of one of the clubs that I said, yeah, they defo should go in for him. You know, West Ham, Everton, and I think it was like a few others like Bournemouth, stuff like that. West Ham really do need a really good goalie. I'm not saying Adrian's, bad, but I think they could do with a better goalkeeper, if that makes sense. So I think Pickford's better than Adrian, personally. West Ham are preparing to offer a cash plus player deal, which will be worth about 25 million to Sunderland. So now, I don't know if that includes Adrian. I don't know what the cash figure is. I don't know. That is just a rumour that it is cash plus player deal to try and get Pickford from Sunderland. Next up is a guy called Omar Coley. He currently plays in Belgium for Ghent, I think it is. And he's getting linked to the move to Watford. They want to sign, it was Genk defender, and they want to make him their first signing of the summer. Now, I think they signed Kabasele from Genk, and they're ready to go back in for another defender. You know, Belgium is a great place for players who really wouldn't get into top leagues, but need a chance to prove themselves type thing. And that looks like what Coley's done. He's gone to Belgium. Had a fantastic season. Started off in FIFA terms as a silver card and has now got an 86 team of the year, which is absolutely mental. So Watford do want to try and get him in. Obviously, they do now have Marco Silva, so I don't know if that'll change their intentions or what, or whether this is a Marco Silva kind of like player that they're going to go for. Next up is Raphael Varane. Now, this is probably part of a bigger deal, but I thought Varane was a key part of it. And that is obviously the De Gea deal potentially to Real Madrid. Now, Mourinho has said he's kind of put an ultimatum to Real Madrid. And that is, you can pretty much guess it, that Varane goes the other way in a De Gea deal. Now, I don't know if that's going to include a fee either side, but he wants Varane. Varane was a big player for Mourinho. Mourinho actually loved him. I think Varane actually got Pepe out the team at one point for Mourinho. So he's playing Ramos and Varane. That's how much he rates him. So I think, Varane, obviously, he's still only, 22? Or maybe 23 now, and he's still got a huge future. Now, imagine Varane and Bailey at the back for Manchester United. That would be an insane centre-back partnership. And yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do for Mourinho, is to try and get one of the really good players from Real Madrid, should they happen to lose their goalkeeper. Next up is Cuco Martina. He's just been released by Southampton, so it's a bit, not really much of a story, this one, but he's set to join Everton on a free transfer. Obviously, Koeman's kind of working with him a little bit at Southampton. And to be honest, if you're getting a player for free, you can't argue that much. I think Martina, whenever I've seen Martina play for Southampton, I thought he was actually decent. Can certainly be a very good backup for Everton, or potentially, obviously play for a little bit while Coleman's injured. Next up is Rooney. He's getting offered the chance to stay in the Premier League. This is a confirmed one. Obviously, Everton were rumoured to be offering him a chance to stay in the Premier League. However, Stoke are willing to offer Rooney that Prem chance to keep on his career in the Premier League for probably another season or two and then retire. Next up is Naby Keita. He's getting linked with a move away from Red Bull Leipzig even. Liverpool are looking to pay 50 million plus for the Leipzig centre mid. He had a great season. Obviously, Leipzig pushed Bayern a little bit at the beginning of the season, then kind of dropped off, and they are going to be playing Champions League football next season. That could have been a factor that Liverpool didn't get Champions League football, but they are obviously in there now. And that may mean that Leipzig may sell Keita, and Keita may want that move to the Premier League. I think he's built to play in the Premier League. Very quick, very strong, very powerful centre mid. Could be a great sign if they can pull it off. Marco Arnautovic is next up. He is a 15 million target for both AC Milan and PSG. I can see him go to AC Milan. Why would PSG sign him? I do not know. I think Arnautovic is decent. He's got really good technical ability, but I don't think he works that hard for teams. I think at times he can be a bit erratic in how he plays. One game he's brilliant, one game he's just missing. And I don't think PSG will go in for him. I think he could end up at AC Milan. AC Milan have got like a thing where they sign ex-Prem players and kind of make them good again. Next up is Ivan Perisic, obviously getting links with a move to Manchester United. Apparently they are in advanced talks with Inter Milan over a £36 million bid. Now, what I have read, however, is that the Inter Milan president has come out and said, that is nowhere near enough of our evaluation. They're looking for an extra 14 million on top of that to make it a £50 million deal to try and get Perisic away from Inter Milan. Next up, Iheanacho. Again, another West Ham potential deal. They have made an official £20 million bid to try and get Iheanacho to West Ham. I think that'll be a cracking move for both parties. I think Iheanacho gets game time, which is what he needs. First team football, constantly being the main player. West Ham get a top striker up front, who's going to bag a lot of goals for them. And Manchester City get a nice 20 million fee for a player that I think they signed for pretty much nothing. So in all terms, that could be a great deal. I think West Ham would probably be the better of it, though. Troy Deeney's next up. This kind of shows the crazy world of English football players. A massive £35 million price tag has been set to deter any other Premiership bidders or any other teams in general on bidding for Troy Deeney. That's set by Watford. Obviously, I think 35 million is just absolutely ridiculous. It's going to do its job if they really do want it to deter bidders, because no one will bid that for Troy Deeney. I think he's a really good player, works really hard, but 35 million, absolutely no chance. Double figures, even then, I would say, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Next up is Morata. He's close to an AC Milan move and a £50 million deal. Wow. AC Milan, I think, have now got cash along with Inter. They both finally got new investors and they are ready to push on. AC Milan making that £50 million bid for Morata. Next up is Jose Reina. Obviously was in the Premier League at one point. Getting on a bit now, however. Benitez still wants Reina at a reunion at Newcastle, which kind of spells the end of Tim Krul's Newcastle career, potentially. He may get sold if Reina comes in. I think Reina will still do a really good job. At the end of the day, keepers can play for quite a long time. And Reina could come in and do really well for Newcastle. And finally, we end on Javier Hernandez. Leonardo to make a offer to Bayer Leverkusen to try and get Javier Hernandez as their Lacazette replacement. Obviously, Lacazette looks like he's on his way to Atletico Madrid, and they want Javier Hernandez to replace him. So there you go, guys. Lots of big rumours. Again, I'd probably say either Varane or Keita could be the biggest, or maybe even Perisic in there as well. I'd probably go with Varane. It's a really good, smart move by Mourinho to try and get Varane in a De Gea deal. So, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure you do drop a like and obviously subscribe if you're new around here, and I shall see you in the next one.